Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. Thank you for joining me today. It really does mean a lot that you have. So in today's video I want to give this a run for its money. It's kind of on the chopping block. I mean, I do really like the eyeshadows, but I've not actually tested them. Just looks like this. So I just want to know if they're as good as what they look like in the pan. If they're not, then they will be going. So we'll be doing a 3 looks 1 palette with it just to give it a real test. So yeah, let's just get into that to stop this video being extra long. Okay, so I've just got my Revolution Conceal and Define to use as a base. We just need to find a headband now. I've got 2 here. This one has been giving me some real pain, so I don't think I'm going to use this for this video. And if it carries on, I'm just going to give that away. So we'll be left with this one. Probably my favourite one anyway. So yeah, let's just put that back. The problem is with me, I've got quite a big head, so like headbands tend to kind of give me a little bit of pain. I could do with one made out of cloth really, but let's just get on with this video. I'm going to zoom in a bit. That'll do for now, because I'm going to pull my chair forward as well. Right, so let's just put some of the Revolution Conceal and Define down first. I don't know what kind of eye look I'm going to go in with first. It's all like kind of bronzy toned eyeshadows, and I don't know if I want a bronzy toned eye look for the final look, but we'll decide as we go along. Just going to blend this out. I'm just going to put a little bit of fixing spray on my sponge to blend the concealer out. Okay, right, so let's see what we've got in here. Oh, that's good. We've got a cream ivory shade to start off with, so we're going to be using Harvest Moon brush. We'll just take it on this one. I don't know where my Real Techniques is. I'm not feeling the best today, guys. If I'm looking a bit peaky, I'm just not feeling the best. I feel like I'm gonna be sick. So yeah, I'm not feeling the greatest. But yeah, I just wanted to film this video because I pulled a lot of palettes last week, and obviously I want to know which ones I want to keep and which ones I want to declutter when I do the actual declutter of the eyeshadow palettes. Right, so okay, let's go in with Autumn, which is this really nice light brown transition shade. So it's a brush down here. Right, first of all I'm going to go in with the Zoeva one and like put it in my crease, and then we'll probably use the Smashbox brush. It's a very, very nice crease shade. And I like this brush if you're actually getting into the actual crease. That'll do, it's just a slight wash of colour. So how are you guys all doing? Are you okay? Hope you are. I'm just busy getting the house sorted, or the flat should I say. I've got people coming in tomorrow to do some work, like to fix some more up-to-date smoke detectors. I don't really want them here, if I'm being completely honest. Who would want work carried out when we've got all this going on? I'm just going to let them go about the business and go into the bedroom until they've gone, and then I'll come out. But yeah, it shouldn't take them too long to do that. But it's one of those things, they have to do it, you know, it's health and safety regulations. And I've only just had 2 fitted just before Christmas, because the older ones kept bleeping on me, and they had to just remove them and put 2 new ones in. So I don't understand why I need another 2 new ones, but who am I to say? Right, so I might just go in with this brush as well, just to make it a little bit more pigmented. Sorry, my iPad's not switched off again. I'm always doing that in videos. Must be so annoying for you guys. So at the moment I'm still watching Game of Thrones, but I kind of gave it up a little bit to catch up with my British soaps. So I've been watching Coronation Street. Oh my gosh, that has gotten so bad. They're doing this like abuse storyline between these 2 characters, Yasmin and Jeff, and he's been abusing her for the last 2 years, and it's just come to an end. It's like, oh my gosh, poor Yasmin. But yeah, if you live in the UK, don't let me spoil it if you've not already watched it. But yeah, I didn't watch it for so long, and then my mum was telling me about the storyline, and I'm like, I'll just go and watch it. And I watched like probably 2 weeks worth of episodes back to back, so I've kind of lost track of Game of Thrones, and now I've gone over to Emmerdale, so I have to catch up with my Emmerdale, and that's, I think, got about 2 weeks worth of episodes. I'm on the last episode of Game of Thrones season, is it 7? Is there 8 seasons or 7? I don't know. I've still got a season left to go anyway. But yeah, I've nearly finished it. So that's exciting news. I think I'm going to read a book next. I started this book a while ago. It looks a really good one, but I've only read like 100 pages, so yeah, I think I'm gonna start doing that before bed, and hopefully it might make me sleep, you never know. So I'm just going in with that cream ivory shade. It's called Cuddle, by the way. It's nice. Right, then I'm going to put it through the colour switch, but I'm going to take this Techniques shading brush. I want to go in with this darker brown in the palette, just on the outer corner. It's called Hot Cocoa, that one there. There's literally no fallout with these, which is absolutely amazing. I might get that smaller brush, this brush here, and blend a bit of Hot Cocoa into the crease. Not all the way across. And then blend them together. That looks really nice, actually. I've got a feeling I might be keeping this palette. So yesterday was a good day for not having any noise on the street, and today has gone back to normal. So yeah, I apologise about that. Right, so what shall we go in with? I think I want to leave that to the last look, that Withered Leaves khaki shade. Okay, I don't normally do dark smoky eyes, so let's go out of my comfort zone, and for look one, use Frolic in the all over the lid. These are so creamy and buttery, look at that. Oh, that is stunning. Right, fallout, but I'm not bothered about that. If all these eyeshadows are like this, I'm going to end up keeping this palette. Just going to take the fallout away, which has gone all over my face. But luckily, I can can take that off because I've not got all my makeup on. Guys, this is so pretty. Right, and with this little brush I'm going to try and get into the corner and put some more down. I think this is an accent brush by Real Techniques. Yeah. Is it bad that I can name every single brush by Real Techniques I've got in my collection? So nice. These rival some of the higher end. Yeah, compared to the Tammy Clark palette I've been using, it is so much better. And I think I only paid £10 for this palette as well from TK Maxx. It's such a beautiful palette. And that is just look one. Let's get some inner corner highlight down. I always forget to do that when I'm doing my eyes on camera, but when I'm doing them in real life, like just by myself, doing my makeup at home, I don't forget at all. Right, so I think the only shade here, oh, there's actually two. There's Cuddle. Oh no. Yeah, I used the wrong shade on my brow bone. It should have been Harvest Moon. Right, shall we put some Harvest Moon over Cuddle then? It's actually not too shimmery though, that Cuddle one, so I'm not going to use that. Right, so let's use Crisp, which looks like a really nice golden shimmer. I don't know if you can still get this palette. I bet you'd be able to pick it up at TK Maxx. I seem to be doing that a lot. Oh, that is stunning. Right, so speaking of TK Maxx or TJ Maxx, if you live in the US, you can actually order online now. They've actually opened for business to order online, but they're only taking a certain amount of orders. I saw this really nice Too Faced Melted Matte lipstick, really nice. I tried to get it, and every single day that I've been online trying to get it, they've reached the maximum orders, so I'm just going to forget about it. It's not really worth it. I've got quite a lot of these Too Faced Melted Mattes. They're all in here. So yeah, I don't really need it. It was just a darker shade than any of the ones that I've got. Eventually I'll get it, but yeah, we'll leave it for now. Yeah, that's really nice. Apart from the fact that I've smudged it all over my face here. Hang on a sec. Right, so I've taken it off. I just dabbed a wipe where the fallout was. But yeah, I really like that. It's pushed me out of my comfort zone because it is quite smoky. It's kind of neutral on the crease, but then on the eyelid it's really smoky. Not the kind of look that I would wear normally, but it is really nice. So it just looks like this. Right, so now we're going to jump into look number 2, and I will see you soon. Right, so I'm back and we're going to do look number 2 now. So again, really the only shades that I can go in with for a crease shade is Autumn, so we'll have to go in with that one again. Where's that brush? Let me just colour switch it. Wish I had more brushes like this one. I might have to look into that when this whole situation has ended. It's a really good brush to get into this out inner corner here. It's really good. I mean, it puts it down really sheer. That might not be good if you don't like it really sheer, but then I just go in with another brush, with that Smashbox one. Yeah, so I was really impressed with that first look that we created. So if they all turn out like that, I'll definitely be keeping the palette. It's not in my best interest to throw a good palette away or declutter it and give it to someone else. But I've said this so many times, I would eventually like just the one drawer of eyeshadow palettes rather than 2. So there is going to have to be a big declutter at some stage, if that's what I want to get down to. I just feel overwhelmed with it all. You know, I was buying for buying's sake a long time ago. I don't do that anymore. I only buy what I really, really want and what I want to try. I used to be obsessed with eyeshadow palettes. Now, I do love a good eyeshadow palette still, but I'm not as bad as I was. I'm not that obsessed anymore with it. I seem to be going back to the phase of being obsessed with highlighters now. Right, so I'm just going in with Harvest Moon, and it is Harvest Moon this time, not Cuddle. Right, so I guess we're going back in with Hot Cocoa. These shades here, Twigs, Black Crow and Chestnut, are just too dark. I don't think I would use them shades. They're not really me, but we'll be doing some swatches at the end of the video anyway, so we can check them out together. Right, so let's go back in with the Real Techniques shading brush. I'm going to try and build the colour of it up a little bit darker than I did last time. I went in with it a little bit tentatively last time. Make it a little bit smokier. I'll go in with a Smashbox brush. So it's Hot Cocoa, if I haven't already said, guys, sorry. And I'm putting it into the entire crease, not just halfway. Yeah, that's a lot darker than last time. Right, so the shimmer we are going to use, I'm torn between Cinnamon, that one there, and Rustic, which is just a bit darker. Because we use quite a dark smoky shade in the first look, I might just go in with the more golden one and see what that looks like. And what I think I'm going to do is take it on. This is probably, well, it is my newest eyeshadow brush in the collection. It looks very, very strange, doesn't it? It's a little like eyeshadow fan brush. So I'm just gonna wipe any colour off this, and they're really, really good in getting it into the actual crease. So I'm gonna see how this looks. Just takes a while to build the colour up. Ooh. Obviously it's not as pigmented as when I went in with my finger earlier. Let's just put that down and I'll go in with my finger. Look at that, these are so foiled, guys. They're just amazing. Wow, I really, really like that. Oh, so that one is Cinnamon. I don't know if I said. I can't remember. I'm focusing on the eye look too much. What I might do is I might see how much more pigmented we can get it when I spray a little bit of setting spray on it. So let's just take the colour off the shading brush. I'll just use this one. By Real Technique, by Primark. Just a little spritz. Just try and build it up. Oh yeah. This would look really nice with a full face of makeup on. Like I said, they're just really, really foiled. Then I'm going to go in with that crisp shade as well. I feel like that's the only highlighter shade in the palette. I don't feel like Cuddle is... I mean, I don't feel like it makes an impact. So, yeah, let's go back in with the accent brush. I'm just taking the colour off it and we're going to go in with crisp. This looks nice because it's quite gold. It's very gold. Bit too much on the side, but never mind. Right, so this is what we're looking like. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and do look number 3. Okay, so the primers I'm going to be using are the usual ones. So this one, and I pulled this one for this week's Shop My Stash. So we won't talk too much about that because I've done a video on them anyway, like a more recent one that's going to go up than this one is. Completely losing my voice. I think I'll go and get some water. And this primer is going to be out of the collection soon. It's Project Pan. And then we're going to be using the Essence Fresh and Fit, which is running low as well. Damn it, I need to take this makeup off. Otherwise we're going to be using the same eyeshadow makeup. I bet you realise that more than me. But you're like, take your eyeshadow off, Andrea. Right, so I'm going to do that and I'm going to get a drink of water and I'll be back. Okay, so the eye makeup's come off. Right, I think what I'm going to do, I don't normally do this till last, but I'll put this on. And then it can go. Right. Oh no, actually. This one. So we're using the Rimmel Good to Glow. Just on the high point of the cheeks here. A bit more on that cheek. And I don't really need this, to be honest. Because... oh, it's a bit too much. Because I'm using like a Radiance foundation. It's way too much, but never mind. But I just want to try and work my way through these illuminating products that I've got in my collection. So that's why I decided to use them recently. So it's just that one. It's the one that's in Project Pan. The Bourjois City Radiance, which I'm really struggling to get any product out. I have to hold it up like that and it comes out. So I'm really going to have to cut into this soon. Must all be at the front here. Now I'm just going in with Project Pan's Rimmel Wake Me Up Concealer. I've said so many times I don't really like it, but I just want to finish it off. It's in the shade Ivory. It's too dark for me. But at the time when I bought this one, they didn't do porcelain or a shade lighter. I don't know if they do that now. I want to get the Maybelline Age Eraser again, because that one really is good and it doesn't settle into fine lines, I've found. But I haven't used that one in such a long time. So when I really get down to the concealers, like I've got about, I think 4, maybe 5 in the collection. When I've only got 1 or 2 left, I will buy that one and I'll buy the e.l.f. one, the hydrating one, and the new one that they brought out, just so I have got a few in the collection. Right, so now we're going to put powder down, which is the Laura Mercier one. Okay, make sure there's no creases. And every time I use this, I'm growing to hate it more and more. Don't know if it's going to pick up on camera, but there's glitter particles here. I didn't notice that till probably about a month ago. I mean, they're not really noticeable, but yeah, you can definitely see it. I know it's there, and that's the main thing. But I didn't really like this powder anyways. Just don't see what the hype is. So yeah, just there. But we're getting to the end of it now, and this is another one. Shouldn't really been using it on camera, but this is another one. I absolutely hate this with a passion. Seems a bit harsh, but yeah, I do. It's the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder. Let's use some of this up because we've not used it this week yet. We're only on Tuesday. As little as we can possibly get away with. Which again, I want to finish that up. I mean, there's not that much left, so I would never repurchase this. Then we've got bronzer to do. Oh, this is the only bronzer I pulled out for this week. It's the Jennifer Ames Loves PS bronzer and highlight. I'm only going to use the bronzer, so I've used the highlight in another video. It just looks like this. Really, really nice. I'm just going to use this to sculpt out that bronzer. Right, I'm going to put blush on, but I'm not going to do highlight. Highlight's going to be put on in a separate video, just because I want to test this one, this Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Extreme, against Star Island. This one is in the shade Diamond. This one is in the shade Diamond Glow. They look very, very similar. I don't know if they are going to be on the face, so we're going to be putting them through a test. So we'll put blush on, and I will use this Laura Geller one. I've only used it once since I got it. It's the pink grapefruit one. So I just need to find a brush, and I'm going to try and go in lightly because I think they are quite pigmented. Oh, very pigmented. Yeah, that looks better. I don't know if I'll need any more of that blush. They're quite glittery, aren't they? It's like that Ciate one I used for the other video. Very, very glittery. Right, so what I want to do is use this Revolution Radiance palette, like to set all the powders together. And which one am I going to use? This one is more like skin. They're like the Hourglass powders. They're really, really good. So I need that powder brush. Where did I put it? Maybe I'll use a different one. Maybe I'll use this Zoeva. No, I'll use this one. I'm just going to put it through the colour switch. Right, so what I want to do is use this Revolution Radiance palette, like to set all the powders together. And which one am I going to use? This one is more like skin. They're like the Hourglass powders. They're really, really good. So I need that powder brush. Where did I put it? Maybe I'll use a different one. Maybe I'll use this Zoeva. No, I'll use this one. I'm just going to put it through the colour switch. And they don't have shades on or anything. So I've got this one and I've got the Beyond Radiance. The Beyond Radiance is excellent. It's got a white powder in there for just under your eyes. I really like that. These are so underrated. I remember when people used to talk about these. But yeah, they're so underrated now. I just really like the way it looks on your skin. Just like the Hourglass powders, but these are like £10 and the Hourglass powders are like what, £30–40 for one single powder. Let's put this back. Right, so now we're going in with the Cargo palette again. So again, we're going to go in with Harvest Moon, which is the Cream Ivory shade. Just up into the brow bone. And going with Autumn. I wish there was more transition shades in this palette. That's my only complaint with the entire palette so far. I really like the looks that I'm creating, but like in the crease they're just too samey. Them birds are living their best lives outside, aren't they? And there was a programme on last night. I watched it at my mum's, and because I was doing like a medication, and they was talking about nature and how we can hear things a lot more because obviously there isn't as many cars on the road, so it feels like we can hear things like 10 times as loud as normal, and that just made so much sense because these birds are like, sometimes it feels like they're literally on my windowsill chirping away, but they're so cute, aren't they? Really like that. Okay, so now again let's clean the shading brush. Going with Hot Cocoa. I'm not showing you the shades because I've shown them to you already. It's just the same ones. Just putting it in the outer V like I did in the first look. I'll probably blend it into the crease a little bit with this brush here. I think it's just really bad indigestion I've got. I think I'll pour myself a glass of lemonade in a minute. I think that's what's making me feel sick. I can't take any indigestion remedies just because I'm on other medication that would interact with it. So when I do get indigestion, which is very rare for me, it really hurts here, and obviously that's classed as reflux, isn't it, when it hurts there, and it just makes me feel sick. So that's probably what that is. Hopefully it will go away in a few hours. But yeah, as I'm doing this video, it's just making me feel like it's indigestion rather than an actual bug or anything like that. It's good, and this brush is good in getting into that outer V as well. Right, we'll just leave it like that. Put some more of Harvest Moon. I've took the wrong brush. On the brow bone. So we're going in with this really nice green khaki shade here. It's called Withered Leaves. It's not, right off the bat, it's not as like creamy and foiled as Frolic was, the eyeshadow that we used in the first look, and also the eyeshadow that we used in the second look, which was Cinnamon. It should be able to build it up. It is a nice eyeshadow, I do like it. is building up nicely. Oh yeah, I really do like that. Shall we see how it builds up when I spray my brush? Yeah, it's building up quite nicely. I love a good green toned eyeshadow. It just looks really, really nice on blue eyes, I find. Right, so I think I'm going to be using, this might be a bad decision, I'm going to go in with Autumn first on the lash line and then maybe Chestnut. I just want to see how it looks. So yeah, let's do that. I think I'll go in with Hot Cocoa as well. I'm just trying to deepen it up gradually. And then I'm going to tap my brush into Chestnut, but only use a little bit of it. And hopefully it'll look nice. Wow, a lot comes off. Yeah, that looks nice. Right, and then I'm gonna put it through the colour switch again, the brush, and go back in with Crisp. Bit too much. I think I'm gonna go in with Cuddle over the top of it. Yeah, that makes it a little bit more subtle. Why is my battery flashing at me already? I've just changed it before I came on camera. Right, so this is the eye look. I really, really like this eye look, guys. I'll just close my eyes. Yeah, I really, really like it. Now we just need to decide on a lipstick to wear. Because they're quite smoky, I want to go for something a little bit neutral. So I'm just going to see what I've got. I know that I've got a lot of choice for this month, so we shouldn't really have a problem in finding something. In fact, I just see something here. I've not used this in a hot second. This is Rosy for Autograph. It's in the shade Silk Rose. Yeah, Silk Rose. And it's not really, really neutral. It's not a nude, but it just looks like this. I think it might look nice. Might be a little bit too dark, but we'll just put it on anyway. I actually like it. I think like a more nude one probably would have looked better, but hey ho. We also need to do like mascara and eyeliner. Not eyeliner, mascara and brows. So let's do them. So it's just the normal routine. That's eyeliner. Yeah, so we're just using the Sport FX one. This one is in Project Pan. Oh, that's the eyeliner portion of it. And it's really, really thin. It's a micro brow pencil. Don't really know how I feel about it. I'm just using it because obviously it's in my collection and I want to use the products up. So only if it's a really bad product and I don't get on along with it that I'll declutter it. This is just the brow gel that I'm using from Poundland. And then it's just mascara time. Then we'll do some swatches quickly. I can see bits of it is starting to clump now, so I'm going to need to get a new one. I'm going to try and leave it till the end of May, then I'll buy a new one. Then I would have had it for like 10 weeks, 11 weeks. So yeah, right, so let's jump into the swatches. What I'm going to do is do the swatches off camera, maybe 4 at a time. How many have we got? 6. Yeah, we'll do 4 at a time, and then I'll come back. So this is what the palette looks like. It really is a stunner. Brilliant for like autumn and winter. I'm trying it now because I want to get to my spring and summer palettes, and obviously I've got all these palettes that I need to try before I can declutter. So let's get into the swatches. Okay, so this is row 1. You can't see the cream ivory shade, which I didn't think you would be able to, but it's just here. It's Harvest Moon, and then this one is Cuddle. This one is what we used in look 1, which is Frolic, and this one is what we used in look 2, which is Cinnamon. So they just look like this. How pretty are those shades, honestly. They're just gorgeous. Like, these 2 shades are so foiled. Right, so the next 4 are, if I can get my hair out of the way, Twigs, sorry, I wouldn't use that shade, I know I wouldn't. Then we've got the black shade, which is called Black Crow. It's quite patchy, but I don't use blacks anyway, so it doesn't really bother me. This one, guys, that's crisp. That's what I use in my inner corner, but that would look absolutely stunning all over the lid. I need to try that all over the lid. And then this is Hot Cocoa. So that's all of the 4 from the next row. And the last 4 are Autumn, Withered Trees. That's what I've got on my eyes now. Rustic and Chestnut, and that, I've got that on the lash line as well. Look how pigmented Chestnut actually is. You'd have to, if you was putting that in the crease, you'd have to go in with a really light hand. It is so pigmented. But yeah, look at them, they're just so beautiful. And like I said, these 2 are really foiled, and this one here is a really good crease shade. But yeah, I really love these eyeshadows. So can you guess, guys, I have actually decided to keep this. This palette is going nowhere. It is perfect for autumn and winter. I highly recommend it if you can actually get hold of it. I don't know where they would sell it. They sell it in like TK Maxx, and I'm sure you'd be able to get it off Amazon and eBay, places like that. But it is such a beautiful palette, isn't it, for autumn. So yeah, this is going back in my collection. The reason I didn't know whether I wanted to declutter it is because it's big, it's bulky. I mean, I've got some eyeshadow palettes that are like half the size of this. So yeah, I mean, if it comes to it, I can always just depot the ones that I want to keep and put them in a Z palette. That could be an option. But yeah, I'm definitely not going to keep, if I was to do that, I definitely wouldn't keep Twigs, and I wouldn't keep Black Crow. I'd probably keep a Chestnut because it is quite a nice eyeliner, and at the moment I am missing my Essence But First Espresso, and this makes a really good brown eyeliner. So yeah, I'm really happy with the look today. Let's have a look up close. I am really happy with the look. I just need to put some highlighter on, and that will be going up in a separate video, just because I want to see is it a dupe like the Star Island versus the Maybelline Diamond Glow. I'm not too sure if it will be, but it would be interesting to see if it is. So guys, I will catch you in my next one. If you've not already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button down below and click the notifications bell, and I'll see you again soon. Bye guys.